HOA Karen vandalized park walkway, sued and fined $180,000. The park was our sanctuary, a green heartbeat in the chaos of suburban life. Kids laughed on swings, old men played chess under ancient oaks, and joggers traced the winding walkway like pilgrims. But that morning, I woke to a scream not human, but the kind a community makes when its soul is gutted. I'm Lila, a single mom who moved to Willow Creek for peace, not drama. The park was my son Ethan's escape, where he'd sketch birds or kick a soccer ball until the sun bled orange. That day, I stepped outside to find neighbors clustered at the park's edge, their voices sharp with shock. I jogged over, Ethan trailing behind, and stopped dead. The walkway, our pride, funded by years of bake sales and car washes, was a massacre of neon spray paint. Swirls of pink and green slashed across the concrete, defacing the engraved bricks we'd bought to honor loved ones. My brick, etched with "For Dad, Forever," was buried under a cruel streak of yellow. Ethan's small hand tightened in mine. "Who did this?" he whispered. The crowd buzzed with theories, but one name kept surfacing: Karen Mitchell, the HOA president with a vendetta against anything unapproved. Karen was a storm in pearls, always armed with a clipboard and a sneer. She'd once fined me $50 for a non-compliant mailbox, though it matched everyone else's. Last month, she'd raged at the park committee for installing new benches without her sign-off. "Those benches are an eyesore," she'd shrieked at a meeting, ignoring that they were wheelchair accessible, donated by a local charity. We'd outvoted her, and she'd stormed out, vowing we'd regret it. By noon, the whispers grew louder. Karen's SUV had been spotted near the park at midnight, and paint cans were found in her trash. I didn't want to believe it. Vandalism seemed too low, even for her. But when I joined the cleanup crew, I found a brick with KM scratched into the paint, like a taunting signature. Fury boiled in my chest. This wasn't just a walkway. It was our history, our memories, defiled. The next day, we called an emergency HOA meeting. Karen sauntered in, her usual smirk replaced by a tight-lipped scowl. "I don't have time for this nonsense," she snapped, adjusting her designer sunglasses. The room bristled. Tom, a retired cop who'd lost his wife to cancer and whose memorial brick was ruined, stood up. "Karen, your initials are on the walkway. Care to explain?" Her face paled, but she doubled down. "That's absurd. You're framing me because you hate my leadership." Ethan, sitting beside me, muttered, "She's lying." I shushed him, but his words echoed my gut. Then came the twist none of us expected. Mrs. Nguyen, a quiet widow who rarely spoke at meetings, raised her hand. She held up her phone, voice trembling. "I have video." The room froze. Mrs. Nguyen lived across from the park, her security camera trained on the walkway. She played the footage grainy but unmistakable. Karen's figure crept through the dark, spraying paint with furious abandon. The crowd gasped. Karen's sunglasses slipped, revealing wide, panicked eyes. "That's not me," she stammered. "It's edited," but the timestamp and her distinctive leopard print scarf betrayed her. The meeting erupted. Neighbors shouted, demanding answers. Karen tried to bolt, but Tom blocked the door, his voice low and dangerous. "You destroyed our park." Why? She clutched her purse, lips trembling, then spat. "You all ignored me. Those benches, that walkway, it's my HOA. My rules." Her voice cracked, revealing a warped sense of entitlement. Ethan tugged my sleeve. "She's like a kid throwing a tantrum," he said, and I nodded, stunned by her pettiness. The confrontation spilled into the next week. We formed a committee to assess the damage, $80,000 to repair the walkway, $20,000 for the tree and benches, plus legal fees. The community was livid, but Karen doubled down, hiring a lawyer to claim the video was inadmissible. She even had the gall to sue the HOA for defamation, demanding we retract our lies. Her audacity was a match to gasoline. I joined the legal team, poring over bylaws and gathering witness statements. Ethan helped, sketching the vandalized bricks to document the loss. His quiet anger fueled mine. Karen had stolen something sacred from us all. Then came another twist. Jake, a teenage skater who'd been banned from the park by Karen for loitering, approached me. I saw her that night. He admitted, eyes downcast. I was sneaking a smoke by the oak tree. She didn't just paint the walkway, she carved her initials to make it personal. Jake had been too scared to speak up, fearing Karen's wrath, but seeing Ethan's sketches gave him courage. His testimony was a bombshell, strengthening our case. I hugged him, grateful for his honesty, and saw a flicker of pride in his usually guarded face. The courtroom was a battlefield. Karen sat primly, her lawyer spinning tales of a conspiracy against her. But Mrs. Nguyen's video, Jake's testimony, and the paint cans from her trash were undeniable. The judge's voice was ice. Ms. Mitchell, your actions were deliberate and malicious. The gavel fell, and Karen was ordered to pay $180,000, $100,000 for repairs, $50,000 for emotional distress to the community, and $30,000 in fines for violating HOA bylaws. Gasps filled the room. Karen's face crumpled, her pearls no shield against the weight of justice. Outside, neighbors cheered, but I felt hollow. The park could be fixed, but the trust Karen shattered couldn't. She moved away a month later. Her house sold under a cloud of whispers. Ethan and I helped repaint the walkway, his small hands steady as he cleaned his grandfather's brick. Mrs. Nguyen brought lemonade, and Jake joined us, no longer an outcast. The park began to heal, but the scars lingered, a reminder of how one person's ego could wound a community. As we finished, I looked at Ethan, his face smudged with paint but bright with hope. "What do you think, Mom? Was she wrong?" he asked. I smiled, ruffling his hair. "She was, buddy, but we're stronger for it." I turned to the crowd, raising my voice. "What do you all think was justice served, or is there more to say?" Neighbors nodded, some clapping, others murmuring their thoughts. The park, our heart, was ours again, but the question of right and wrong hung in the air, waiting for answers.